Alright, guys and girls, this is Jerningham here. I'm going to be watching a bit of Mozambique aftermath in a town called Devastated by Extremists 2021, the 5th of April. But I'm going to playing it now, so the date will be different when I've saved this sort of news. Anyway.
We're flown into Palma by military helicopter. It's the only way to the centre after militant extremists rampaged through the town in the remote northern Cabo Delgado province. The town's now heavily fortified, with soldiers and special forces spread throughout. It was the most audacious attack yet in Mozambique by militants linked to ISIS. And terrified residents are still only just emerging after hiding in the bush ever since. They're all very hungry. They've survived on root vegetables and rainwater up till now. We're the first international broadcasters to make it to the centre since the storming of Palma. We're with the governor of the province, who's also seeing the destruction for the first time.
Those people returning, the people there and returning. Yeah, returning. They feel it's safe. Yeah, they feel safe.
The dead are still laying in the open in the street. They haven't been able to retrieve them up until now. And there are modest attempts to give some respect to those who died in this terrifying and violent assault. We saw a body in what appeared to be camouflage clothing, wearing an ammunition vest, an outfit favoured by the terror group known as Al-Shabaab, or ISIS Mozambique. The attackers swept through Palma, setting fire to shops, homes and offices. All the town's key infrastructure was targeted, including the hospital and the administrative offices, and the mobile phone network was destroyed.
How can you guarantee it won't happen again?
This I can't say. What I have to say is that we are here with our troops, and we feel okay.
We saw the first residents to trickle back into the town after hiding for nearly 2 weeks, grabbing what they could from the vandalized shops. These are desperate times for Palma's residents. The struggle to survive is not yet over for those who managed to escape the attackers. Tensions are still incredibly high. The troops we were with arrested 3 young men who they say were acting suspiciously. That was a gunshot, and we were immediately hurried away and out of the town. The military may have moved into Palma, but there are still multiple challenges facing them. The attack has halted work on the $60 billion liquefied natural gas project outside Palma on the Afungi Peninsula. This was meant to transform the fortunes of this desperately poor region. Now security's been stepped up. The project is vitally important for Mozambique's economy. But in the smaller Afungi airport, terrified Palma families who've taken refuge there told us how they fled for their lives.
So I started run away to my home. I went to pick up my family, my wife and the kids, all of them. Then we went to the bush because the people, they was following us in the back. So after that, when we jumped one river, we found the people with the gun. They were shooting one people another, and there's another people also just chopping at the people. So we tried to run away.
You saw this?
I saw it with my eyes.
Some of them with machete.
What were they doing?
They're killing people.
How?
They shoot people, even they're following us, shooting us. Then we run away.
The governor went to try to reassure the thousands of people who fled the insurgents and have now taken sanctuary in the Katunda resettlement village on the edge of the LNG site. This village was built for those displaced by the huge gas project, but the numbers have now swelled to bursting. We're hungry, they keep telling us. And with all UN aid flights halted because of the militant attacks, these people have had very little to eat or drink in nearly a fortnight.
They're all saying how hungry they are and begging us for food and for the authorities to stop this conflict. Look at them, they're all calling, they're all saying, food, we want food.
The governor promised they'd get help and be able to return to Palma within days. But they're getting more and more desperate. And more worryingly for Mozambique is how it protects these people, controls this militant insurgency and stops it from spreading. Alex Clifford, Sky News in Cabo Delgado, Mozambique.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video, guys and girls. Some of them people may starve or die, but you know, it'd be nice if the government helped more people in the world, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they haven't got the resources, and other times if the government are looking after themselves, they can't bother helping anybody else out in some of these countries across the world. Some of us are lucky to be in our own country, like England or America, because people care about us, and some people slip out the net. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it with your friends, and see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you for joining me. Peace.